I owe the Lord a morning song, for God has meant this day. Through fears of night and hidden light, God moves and wills my way. I owe my Lord a morning song, for Jesus rose at dawn. He made death die and would not lie, that others might live on. I owe the Lord a morning song. The Spirit gave me voice, nor did she force my soul to praise, but honored me with choice. I owe the Lord a morning song. Good Thursday morning. The sun is shining, the air is crisp but not cold, and it's a good day. It's as good a day as it can be, right? We're still in Matthew. We're going to look at another kingdom parable, a very short one verse today, Matthew 13:33. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast, which a woman took and hid in a bushel of wheat flour until the yeast had worked its way through all the dough. First of all, in the comments and in the email devotions, there's a link to a video from a good friend of my childhood, the Muppets Swedish Chef. It's hard for me to think about yeast and bread without thinking of the Swedish Chef doing his crazy things. So, watch and giggle away. I think I've watched that video 4 times in the last day. Back to Jesus in Matthew. The kingdom is like yeast? Well, but he doesn't say just yeast, right? He said yeast that a woman hides in a bushel of wheat, so a really big, basket of wheat flour. So the kingdom of God is like hidden yeast. Well, then what happens? So the yeast starts working. So the yeast that's hidden in that flour starts working. Well, I wonder if does the flour know the yeast is working? Does anybody know the yeast is in there? Until what happens? Then the yeast starts to affect the flour, right? Till whatever happens next in the dough making process, there's something different. The disposition of the wheat has changed. The disposition of the bread is different. It's not now going to be flat bread. It's going to be puffy bread, right? Yeast bread. And I wonder if the flour knew. And I wonder when anybody else noticed. But after a while, the difference is seen. I had kind of a yeasty day yesterday, not because I had a lot of bread, but because I had a lot of sun. The sun, it was really good to see the sun yesterday, right? And this morning too. It got to me early, and before you know it, my whole disposition had changed. And those of you who pay attention to me on Facebook saw that I was gushing all over about everything because all the endorphins were firing on full. I've been full of the sun and family and the blessings of a congregation that is loving and serving oriented. And we had a breakaway time on Zoom with the kids, and that was awesome to see everybody. And it was just good. And I wonder if that's how it works. This hidden yeast, this kingdom yeast. What do you think? How is the kingdom like hidden yeast? Enjoy the sun today. And, the sun, Jesus.